Hey guys, we're recording. Good to see y'all. We're coming at you after UFC 255. It was a pretty good card. There's like a good fight or three on it. Not too much to talk about today, and nothing to talk about for next week's card. So what we're gonna do is just combine our preview of that one and our review of this one into this one video. We hope you liked our blooper video. It wasn't as long as it might have been, just because like we've been recording for so long, and I kind of deleted a bunch of footage before we knew we would be doing bloopers. But yeah, we gained like 2 subscribers off it. Our goal for the end of the year is to get to 100. So if you like our content, please subscribe, turn on the bell icon, like it, share it, and comment. We love it. And yeah, Trayvon, you want to jump right into the card?
Yeah, I'll jump right into the card. So 254. Oh no, 255. Which one?
255.
255. It was cool, I guess. Like, unfortunately, Figueiredo and Perez didn't get to go on long. Like, I absolutely do not like elite championship level fights ending quickly. Like, it's just so irritating because you don't get to see like the awesome action that is almost always guaranteed from them.
Yeah.
So like, even though I picked Perez to get knocked out and lose, I thought he was at least gonna provide like a fun fight for Figueiredo. There's nothing much to say about it, man, other than like Figueiredo is hideously dangerous. I still want to see him fight like against like a guy that can like push him for into the later rounds. Like, I mean, there's avenues to beat Figueiredo, but man, my goodness, man, it's gonna be extremely difficult for these. I don't really see a 125er immediately, given Figueiredo problems. We'll actually use this section. In my opinion, I think we should talk about the upcoming Moreno and Figueiredo section just a little bit. Like, we'll obviously preview it when it comes, but just to talk about it a little bit because Moreno also fought, and we'll just tie those fights in together. Like, I really I think the Moreno and Figueiredo fights will be really entertaining. I think it's gonna look like the Pantoja fight with Figueiredo, with Moreno coming in, getting clocked with big stuff, but making it work. But I think Moreno's gonna have more success. It should be a very fun fight. I know I just said the Perez fight's gonna be a fun fight. Figueiredo could just kill him dead in like the first 2 minutes, like he does everybody else. But I'm very happy that there's a quick turnaround because Figueiredo, I still haven't seen him enough in championship level fights. He lost to Formiga, the first elite fight he had. That was
kind of a weird loss though.
2019.
It's kind of a weird loss.
Say it again.
It's kind of a weird loss in my opinion.
I wouldn't say it's weird. I'm not Formiga. He lost to Formiga. Figueiredo did. I don't think that's a weird loss in my opinion. I think just Formiga just like caught him like like he just beat him in like the ways that he was always gonna lose to. Getting counter-struck, getting reactive takedowns, getting controlled on the ground.
Fair enough.
But Formiga's a guy that like has a skill set that like, oh man, like now that Formiga's also like getting old and shot and dying, I don't really see anybody else coming for Figueiredo like anytime soon, unless the UFC signs good flyweights, which is something they should do. There's too many good flyweights here that they don't have.
Kyoji Horiguchi
they released. He's just one of many, like Dustin Ortiz, Jared Brooks, who way back in the day gave Figueiredo a really good fight. Jared Brooks is a really good fighter.
Is he the guy who knocked himself out with the takedown?
No. He's actually really good.
I know. He was smoking that dude and made one mistake. And that guy got up and celebrated and goes, a man's got to do what a man's got to do to win a fight. I'm like, you got lucky as fuck.
I know.
It's like when I threw that grappling match against that kid with my legs crossed.
No. But no, the funniest thing too, okay, I want to say, because I don't, on Twitter, Jared Brooks was like, I win that fight 9 times out of 10, and the one time I knocked myself out. But it's funny because it's like,
it's true.
It's like, dude, you like, huh? Like, but like he's like knocking yourself out is a common occurrence.
Like it's a 10% chance of happening.
I know, right?
You should say like 999 out of 1,000 times because that's a 0.1.
No, But no, they can sign Jared. But like, there's a lot of good flyweights. There's a lot of good fights. Flyweight is a very good elite talent pool. It's a lot of good fighters there. It's just, like, I'm just naming people I know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people that I don't know. Like they just signed I think Manuel Cape. I believe he might be fighting at 35 though. I could be wrong. But Manuel Cape's another solid 25er. Just need people in that division. Because right now 125 is a really just barren division, man. Like it doesn't have anybody in there. It's like women's it's not like women's 145. Women's 145 isn't a division. Yeah, it's not a division. But no, 125
part-time 135ers.
No, they killed it. And that'll make Figueiredo have a lot more fun fights, man. Like fights where he's getting tested, fights where he can get some good wins, fights where he probably a guy can come on the rise and beat him.
Out of the
There's a lot of
hypothetical
good stuff.
question.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Henry Cejudo comes back. Figueiredo versus Cejudo. How do you like that?
Man, that's a man. Okay, that fight is awesome. I want
agree.
that fight to happen so
Yeah,
bad.
same.
I'm thinking. Okay, I'm not watching anything, not remembering anything. I'm just off the top of my head. I think I'm picking Cejudo. I think he'll just
shut him down.
Take him down a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shut him down, but shut him down in this. Like,
I don't mean like in a technical sense. I think he'll play a really smart game plan and just like win on his advantages.
Yeah, I think I'll pick Cejudo. I'm gonna have to like watch it, sit on that one though. But yeah, that's a great fight. I want to see that, man.
DJ,
like that's awesome. DJ. I think DJ cleans.
You think so? I know you're a DJ guy.
I'm not even like a DJ guy like that. I respect him like hell though.
He's very good.
Yeah,
like DJ.
Yes. But no, man, I love me some Figueiredo. I love to watch some Figueiredo. I just wish his fights were longer, man. Goodness gracious, like I think okay. Again, the Moreno fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight, a long fight, a fight that's like we get to see stuff from both men.
Mm-hmm.
I know a good bit about Moreno, man. Like at least like he's been in fights for a long time.
Yeah. Tough dude. All that. He does walk into punches a lot, but he kind of makes it work, like you said.
Mm-hmm. But no, like I said, if you have thoughts, you can share them. If not, we can just kind of segue.
And, I just thought it was I'll very quickly get into because I do also want to talk about the co-main just briefly. You know what I'm saying? Like with it.
No, we'll get to that after the fight. Yeah.
Oh, so okay, sure. So but just with regards to the Figueiredo and Perez fight, Perez is a game opponent. He's kind of a good all rounder, like you said. I thought he picked up a really good single, didn't he? And he took Figueiredo down, but it was hella cool to see him scramble for like a leg entanglement and then get to the position he wanted to where he finished like 18.
That flying scissors heel hook was cool, man.
That was the same
heel hook. I haven't seen that in so long.
You know, the last time I saw that I can remember that sticks in my mind when Ala Quinta did it to Kevin Lee in their first fight.
Exactly, yes.
He hand posted and then swept it. Yeah, and what I've always dogged on people who do leg locks in MMA, and but I think they're
I like leg locks in MMA.
Well, the caveat to my criticism is there are obviously going to be guys like Gary Tonin who, if they get it, you're in a lot of danger. You know what I'm saying? But they can still get shut down, like how Alan Belcher shut down Husamar Palhares, and I understand Palhares is not the same caliber of guy as like a Tonin or even more so a Gordon Ryan. But I think they serve as really great like positions to like they're like good scramble positions, and you can use it to shift the dynamic of a grappling exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like how Figueiredo uses it to counter off a takedown and then create a scramble. I think he. I believe Perez like spun out of it and ended up kind of in like a knee slice out of the position, and Figueiredo was used it to like change his position on the bottom. So I think that's where they have their place right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's always cool to see that. It's always cool to see like guys use it to like change the dynamic of a grappling exchange. But other than that, Figueiredo's cool. I like him. I'm a fan. I didn't even really know very much about him until he fought Benavidez the first time.
No. The first fight I seen his that I can remember, like off the top of my head, was the Jerry Brooks fight. And I remember thinking then, like, this guy's like a super athlete. So is Jerry Brooks too, because Jerry Brooks he's actually a 115. He's a 115.
Oh really?
But I was like, the fight was, it felt like just like two like crazy athletes going at each other, and that's like the first read. And then I started seeing Formiga like counter strike and killing people. I'm like, oh my gosh, this was crazy, man. What the hell is this?
Figueiredo, you mean?
And Figueiredo, and I've been a fan ever since. So,
we can move on to the next thing now because I don't have too much to say about it. It was a quick fight, and it was a good fight. We can move on to the next wherever you want to go from here. Do you want to go into the Royval versus Moreno fight? Or
we're going to Royval versus Moreno next. Just since we're talking about the flyweights right now. Well, all them flyweights actually, but yeah.
Go ahead, take it away.
No. So basically, man, like, unfortunately, that Royval got hurt. Really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But my goodness, man, like, okay, Royval is very, very fun.
Yeah.
But man, like, I just want to say a point because it really annoyed me. Like, he was spinning so recklessly in the pocket. Mm-hmm. It got his back taken for such a long period of time. It screwed. Like, it's just bad. Like, I like Royval's a fun guy, and he has some real nice skills. He's to me like a way more reckless Tony Ferguson, like to a bad point. Like okay, Tony Ferguson himself can be reckless to a bad point, but it's like it's not Royval. Yeah, it's just not too bad. It's not. It has some method to it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Royval doesn't have method, but he's just doing stuff to do stuff.
Isn't this the one where he almost ended up in like the truck, like the twister position? I remember. That was that. Okay, yeah.
No, like, but yes, like, I like Royval's lead hand, getting people to dip into knees and stuff like that.
It's
That's
cool.
cool. That's real cool, actually. I like how he tries to do that to get you to run into shots. He'll hook you to keep you in place so he can start to knee you. He's really tall for the division too, so he can work
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah.
well.
Mhm.
He's a very active grappler, very good everywhere.
Mhm.
But he's just fighting a guy like a Moreno, who's a capable boxer. He's grown a long way too, man. I've been watching Moreno for a bit. He's
Mhm.
grown a long way.
I
He can
forgot
counter.
what's the
He has a
first
good
fight I
jab.
saw him in. Let me check that real quick. You keep going.
No, yeah, Moreno has a good jab. Moreno's just like he's got himself to a point now where like he is a very good, very competent fighter. Uh, very aggressive, can keep a good pace. Uh, and like again, unfortunately, the fight got ended off of an injury. Like, 'cause I'm watching it right now, so I'm just trying to pick up stuff as
Mhm.
I'm going. Unfortunately, it ended in an injury, but I think Moreno's on his way to kind of cleanly winning that.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Because he was landing big shots on the way. He was controlling the grappling exchanges whenever because he had initiative on the grappling exchanges.
Mhm.
Royval would do something dumb, give up his back or get taken down, and he had to fight out of that. Like
Right,
Moreno
right.
had his back for like a minute 30, 2 minutes ish around there,
Mhm. Mhm.
and like he automatically lost around basically off of that in itself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna skip to where he got hurt and see how he got hurt. I didn't really get to see it that well.
It was off of a takedown. I think his arm was like stuck in a body lock, and as he went down, the traction of the arm, I think it pulled his shoulder out of socket. But I'm gonna demonstrate that I can do
No,
that like sort of freely. But
no, yeah, like I said, no, yeah, because I'm right here at the end. But yeah, like Royval was just fighting from out of deficits, out of too big of a deficits every single time,
Mhm.
every exchange, and he wasn't gonna win that fight.
Mhm.
No, yeah, I kind of see. Yeah, he was going for a leg lock, and it did look like
I think he
probably snapped.
landed, and I thought it was because Moreno had him sort of like a body lock. This is my memory speaking, and as he fell down, like the traction between his arm and Moreno's body lock caused a like a pull downward because his body went up and his shoulder stayed or his arm stayed in place.
No, it was kind of a weird little thing. Well, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I can't really explain it. It was just like a little. He was going for a leg lock, and it was like a little weird scramble that
Or did
happened,
he like
like a
fall
little
forward? Yeah, yeah,
position.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it
look it
was
up.
weird.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, again, no, yeah, again, man. Like Moreno is gonna have. Again, I'm pretty confident. I can't say confident anymore, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
confident
after
that
the
Moreno's gonna have
Gaethje
a really. I
thing.
know, right? He should be able to bring a really good fight out of Figueiredo. That fight is gonna be very good. I'm very excited to see that fight. Uh,
What have they announced that
because
that's in the works or that's Dana's plan or
yes, I've heard it. I
like
haven't heard of
rumblings of it?
like I heard. No, I've seen it on the official UFC Twitter page. I could be wrong, but I'm
Mm,
pretty sure I've seen it on the
okay,
official
okay.
UFC Twitter page for December 12th because Jan and Sterling got cut, which is sad. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. What a tragedy! Wow. Much rather see
but
that.
no, yeah,
But
no, yes, but so that's gonna be a very fun fight. I'm very happy about that. We just need more flyweights, okay? More men's flyweights. The flyweight division is a good division. We have we have enough talent out there to get them. A lot of good guys out there. Bring some flyweights in. Flyweight division is awesome. Please don't kill it. Oh my goodness, please don't kill flyweight. It's too cool.
yeah.
Especially with somebody like Davison there, man. Especially with somebody like
Oh
Davison
yeah,
there.
yeah. Especially if he deads people or chokes him out and all this, and, like 4 more times. I think I'll have a bit of a star. There's that photo trending. I don't know how accurate it is, but of him like at a sushi bar working in 2014, and now he's like UFC champion. It's basically
He
just
was a
like
hairdresser too.
that's right. I've
He,
heard
he,
him say
he was
that.
a
Yeah,
hairdresser too.
my man really went all the way. But yeah. So I mean, I don't honestly have anything else to add that you didn't just say. So if you want to move on.
Yeah, we can talk about Valentina and Maya.
I don't have a lot. Yeah, it was a Valentina performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Retracting a lead leg whenever something came at it to spin into a back kick under the armpit onto the rib. That's fine. People, I was talking to my friend about this, and he was like saying, like, oh, I really like how crisp her punches are and stuff like that. And like, I was like, yeah, she's really good. But then I thought about like, what can I always like to think, what can I take from this? Um, Something to like she's a southpaw, so she'll throw a really good check hook, and then and then like a ha check hook. Ooh, I just punched my mic. Ha check hook, and then like a left straight. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of fade off to the side. It's a little repetitive. You know what I mean? Like she'll do a lot of the same things over and over again. I think her striking is really good. That's somewhat overrated. But what annoyed me in this so much is Valentina, like you said, in a weird way, is really a grappler at core, or like she is a Muay Thai specialist. But
I
what
don't think
her
in a weird. I think she no. I think she's and not in a weird way. She just is a grappler at the core to me. Like she just wants
yes.
to grapple. Like
Well, no,
she
and
just wants to do that.
the vast majority of her fights, especially when she's not at such a huge
Yeah.
physical disadvantage, she gets some kind of an upper body clench, uses a takedown, like gets an upper body takedown, usually like an outside or inside leg trip. You know what I'm saying? Then she gets into your guard, will like sort of work to half guard and have this really extended. I mentioned it sort of sarcastically in our last episode. She had like this weird extended base where her right leg usually, or whatever leg is still in the half guard, is still stretched out in the half guard, but her left knee is like up toward the opponent's armpit. And what she tries to do is work kind of like a modified, like a half crucifix by her one leg is still out in the half guard, but her other leg is like pinning the opponent's arm down, and she's starting to work elbows and punches from there. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, you can look at so many of her fights. She's in that position. I'm gonna post pictures up on our screen when I edit this, so you can see. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, she does it a lot. Yeah,
does it a lot. But then you have this weird Joe Rogan. The commentary is just so annoying. Like, I'm very surprised because you'd think she had a bigger advantage on the feet. This is kind of shocking here. Why she would want to go to this position, and like it's also like the weird thing about how they court the crowning of her as this untouched, like, oh, she's experiencing adversity in a fist fight. Oh wow, she got touched. Oh, someone with a who's stronger than her and is good at, as a black belt in jiu-jitsu took her down and held her down for a round. These things happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a goddamn fight. You know what I'm saying?
No, like again, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but yes, that is so annoying. Like I swear, like, okay, another thing that we're talking about how they were confused that like Valentina's like a grappler, like, oh my goodness, she took Maya down. Oh my goodness,
you don't watch her fights? Like, oh my god.
Yes, okay, no, and like it always brings me back to like whenever Rockhold was fighting Jan, like when Rockhold was shooting on Jan, they were like, why is Rockhold trying to get Jan down? This is so confusing. I'm like, guys, do you not know Rockhold was basically the best grappler at 185 for like ever? Like, Like, huh? Like, do you not remember that? Like, Rocco can't wrestle, yes, but like, if he got on top of Jan, I think Jan actually for MMA grappler is not too bad.
They were saying it was Jan's specialty, I think, because he came in his debut as a grappler or something. Like, Rockhold would have smushed him on the ground. He's very good at that. That's like his biggest thing. Yeah.
Actively, no, he is great on the ground.
Elite
like,
on the
period.
ground.
Yeah. Just period. Rockhold is elite. Just period. Yes. And they're like, why is he trying to get him down? I mean, like, oh. I can't even fathom that. You know what I mean? It's like,
especially against a hard counter puncher like Jan. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to capitalize on Rockhold for a lot of the things that he does. You know what I'm saying?
And he got knocked out anytime, like whenever they was on the feet. There's a reason he's trying to take him down.
Well, and what's crazy about Rockhold is I don't know who it was. Someone in someone says it's Gordon Ryan, but some important jiu-jitsu no-gi guy was saying if he wanted to, Luke Rockhold could have had wild success at ADCC and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what he did to Chris Weidman. You know what I'm saying? Look, like that's an incredible
thing. Look what he did to David Branch. Look what he did to Machida.
Yeah.
Look what he did to Tim Boach. I can just name people like on the ground. Look what he did to, he didn't do it. But look how he got out of Jacare. Just there was no grappling exchanges in that fight because Jacare just couldn't get nothing on him.
Dude, and like even in training, like he was like memeing on Michael Chiesa. I mean, I know he's much bigger, but like he's putting him in reverse triangles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's very good there. So it's not surprising. And what does surprise me though is like, do you not remember anything of the fight before? Like, I don't study Valentina. I'm not even a giant fan of Valentina. I don't study Luke Rockhold. I'm not even a giant fan of either of those two. You know what I'm saying? They kind of have some similarities.
Yeah, exactly.
That they rely on the check hook too much. But like, I remember him on top of Chris Weidman nearly killing him. I remember Valentina finishing like Caitlin Chukagian in her last title defense.
Easy. Or Cachoeira.
Yeah.
No, okay, you know what? I think this is the perfect way to encapsulate Valentina being a grappler at heart. So when she fought Cachoeira at her 125 debut, right? She could have destroyed her any way she wanted to.
Yeah.
She could have done whatever she wanted. She came up there like 14-pieced her, and then like, no, I don't want to do this. Let me take her down. She could have, if she wanted to, she could have kept it on the feet.
Yeah.
If she wanted to, she could have just kept it on the feet and killed her there.
Yeah.
But she was like, nah, let me take it down. This is where I like to be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like,
that's her
game.
She's a
grappler at heart.
It's her game, and she's good at it too.
Yes.
She's not disadvantaged there.
Yes, exactly. Like say Valentina again. Like say Valentina as a fighter to me is it's kind of weird because I think she's highly skilled, especially in like specific lanes. She does really good stuff. But man, if like she can have some very tepid fights. Like the fight, I will say the fight with Maya started to heat up a little bit at the end. She started hitting her more, touching her more, bloodied her up.
It was fun, yeah.
It picked up pace. Yeah, it started becoming better. Not something I'm probably going to rewatch. But unless I have to. But like, yeah, like Valentina can have fights, man, where it's like just so slow. Cause yes, man, nothing happens. Yeah, that fight was that was terrible. But no, like again, like her initiating grappling exchanges with Maya is something that she was always gonna do. She's gonna do it to everybody she fights.
Yeah.
If she would have tried to do it against Amanda if she could physically handle Amanda.
Exactly, because she's just so much smaller.
She tries to do it to everybody. You know what I mean? She only stands when she has to. Even against I, when she killed her, she took her down at the end of the first round and almost submitted her there. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I was trying to explain to someone, like, her striking flows so well into her grappling that when she's less effective when she's just forced to stand and strike.
Hey man, her clinch entries are fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Like that one duck under she hit. Like, dude,
she hits clean as clinch entries, man.
Yeah,
like, okay, this is corny. I don't like it when commentators say this, but like if you were to look at her, like, study her clinch entries, you know what I mean? You could take something from those.
No, that's what I was saying to my friend. I was saying, like, you know, she's a great fighter, but I wouldn't model myself after her because the level of opposition and the amount of like repetition of the stuff she does, it just looks good for the division she's fighting in. But one thing that's like, I was like, this is boring, and then she hit like a 1-2 into a duck under. It reminded me of what you did to that guy Powers, how you ducked under his like open side and spun to his back, and then she used that to create like a giant body lock slam. Oh my god, I almost had an orgasm. That shit was so fucking nice. I was like, this is amazing. Like, her clinch injuries are something else, man. They're really, really good.
No, and like I guess what kind of a little bit segue into her sister, Antonina. And I'm just gonna talk about how Antonina isn't as good as Valentina. No, yeah, because like Anthony. Oh, I don't know if you've seen it. Did you watch the fight? Antonina fight? Did you watch it?
I watched the whole fight. And complained to you.
Okay.
Remember, I was complaining to you, and you said,
yes, you sure did. You sure did. Yeah. No, yeah, because she won grappling. She won with grappling. So I guess it's cool. I guess, you know what I mean.
You said it's the first time. You said it was the first time she looked like an MMA fighter, and you're proud of her.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah, she looked like an MMA fighter. Actually, like she actually like was ready for me. But no, yeah, like Antonina, for one, as a pure grappler, just skill wise, yeah, she's not as good as Valentina, so that makes it really difficult for her. But her defensive actions and reactions, or her ability to like segue into good places is nowhere near as good as Valentina. So Valentina will hit like a slip into a clinch or enter off a strike into the clinch, and for one, Antonina can't do that. And then I think partially because she's a little worried, like she doesn't have the skill, but I think also it won't help her because she's worried about grappling. She's not as good of a grappler as Valentina. Because Antonina in the clinch isn't too bad, but like she's always in terrible spots, so it like doesn't help her. And also her shot selection is really poor too. She'll kick from like way too close. Like Valentina doesn't kick as much as like her sister. Oh god, I'm watching I just watched excellent kitchen. I was watching the fight. Yeah, oh my god, it was nice. It was just really nice. Oh, she slammed her too. Okay,
yeah, the one I told you about.
It was a different one. It was a different.
Yeah, but she picked her up and turned her this way. Yeah. She's good at those. Yeah.
No, man, that was just Clay, but I love that. But yes, Antonina, she's not Valentina. I like both. You know what I mean? Like I think that
I have nothing against.
Like Valentina fans are weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like y'all little extra. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all be doing the most. Like I understand. You know what I mean? Like if you got a simp, sometimes it be like that. You know what I mean? Like if you know you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Yeah. But like there's better ways. I mean, there's better. There's better ways. But no. So I guess that's about that for the Valentina performance with Maya. Maya's pretty solid. Like I said last week, I've seen Maya fights. But like you said, I haven't studied her at all. I kind of don't even know what she does, and I'm just now looking at her record, and I didn't even know she has one fight. She was on a 1 fight winning streak.
Well, that's about the way it goes.
Oh, and she missed weight twice too.
She's small. Big fat division.
No, yeah, she does look big. She does look big for 125. No, yeah, and I'm just like I don't know much about Maya, like her game. I just seen all her fights, but like she's competent, I guess. So like yeah, for at 125 though. I don't see anybody competing with Amanda except for Andrade.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, Valentina. Yeah, except for Andrade. I want to see that. I think Valentina kind of like mops her, but like if she doesn't, then it's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean?
My guess is that she weathers the she'll probably get picked up and thrown out, but I don't think she's gonna get stuck in a bad spot. You know what I'm saying? I think she'll just like be really disciplined about getting up and continuing to work her game. But I like Andrade. I respect that she's making efforts to improve and all that good stuff. But anyway, I want to move on.
I like Andrade, man.
Yeah. Let's move past it because we're already giving that fight more time than it deserves. I guess I can comment on the Antonina thing. Yeah, I was really annoyed with that. Like you saw her shot selections, but I saw this GIF of like she tried to throw a spinning back kick as a leg kick was coming, and she's like halfway through completing it, and then her leg gets like mangled, and she like flops around and totally just doesn't do anything. It's a really poorly timed spin. But it was a spinning back fist, not a kick. My bad. I don't know what I said. I said fist. We're good. But Yeah, what was annoying was that whoever she fought on the ground, like I told you, like
Lipski?
that's
You don't know.
right.
You
It
don't
was.
know Lipski?
I know
Yeah,
Lipsky.
Lipski, man.
That's right. I know Lipsky. I know Lipsky. But
It is because you're pretty.
I don't. Even, I just know the name because I've heard
Oh,
people
you
say
don't?
it a lot.
Okay. No,
Yeah, yeah.
no. Everybody knows it because she's pretty. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that to be honest. But like,
You know.
well, I mean, she spent a lot of the time in this fight. Not really like too much of the. There are too many opportunities to do something. Like Antonina, like was in side control, but it was a very lazy side control. Like she had her leg extended parallel to Lipsky's legs, where Lipsky could have done any number of things. Like she could have tried and grab like half guard and use a half guard sweep, or build a base by getting an underhook on the same side. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing that really gets on my nerves is when people are on the bottom and they just accept bottom position. When there's ways you can there are things you can do to try and set up a scramble. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even require a lot of energy to get to those little positions. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm inside your side control and you have a leg extended here and it's not working, the underhook thing isn't working, you're shutting me down somehow, I'm going to shift my hips and grab the half guard because there's so many things I can do. I can lock you down and try and bring your leg over, and all it does is create space for me then to hit my underhook and stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like people who are inactive on the bottom just accept bad positions. Like it's easy to be impressed with like Antonina in this case because she did look like she knew what she was doing for once. You know what I'm saying? I was having this conversation with you about her lack of competence on the ground however long ago. But this was on the ground kind of give me, in my opinion, because there's so many things I felt like white belts know. Like a year 3-stripe white belt would know to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'll go over it at some point, like in a video where I circle with the telestration thing that I've actually been working on. But it got on my nerves. So now we can move forward.
No, yeah, like
Hmm?
yeah, like Lipski isn't the isn't the best
But
the
how?
best fighter.
But my point is that it's not hard to know those things. Like I didn't say Andre Galval did it. I said the 3-stripe white belt who does it as a hobby knows to grab those things.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're a professional. You're not a 3-stripe hobbyist. You're a professional. That's how you put food on your table. It's I feel like it's a responsibility to know these little things that can make your life a little easier on the bottom. And you're not dealing with Khabib Nurmagomedov on top. You're dealing with Anthony Shevchenko, who got smushed by Kaylin Chookagian, who got smushed by your older sister in the same way you did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I could riff about my annoyances with that all day. But to be honest with you, it would be like if I went and watched a 2007 fight and complained about in the men's division. It's going to take some time to catch up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's move on to the next. We're going super out of order. That's okay. We can pick up. Where do you want to go from here? We can talk about the Perry and Tim Means fight if you want.
I want to talk about that. Just for a little bit. Yeah, you go ahead since you want to talk about it first.
I think it's like the funniest thing ever. Mike Perry fired all of his coaches, and now he just goes around the U.S. and like goes to open mats, and he just forgot how to strike, but somehow became a really good grappler. Like he just goes to open mats and just trains with randoms. Like I swear, like he's not the best wrestler. He has like a few takedowns from the body lock that he goes to, like similar to like how he took down Cowboy. But after getting armbarred, there's like this clip of him being really disappointed in the back. Like something changed because that dude can like grapple, man. Like that dude can grapple.
No, like he went from like looking like clueless on the ground to like he knows like he has a plan, like he knows what he wants to do. You know what I mean? He went from like I guess Cowboy was really bad. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, ooh, that's kind of rough. Mm-hmm. But now he's like he has a good process. He knows a pass. He knows how to pass. He works to pass.
Good transitions. He tries
to do a lot of stuff on the ground. Yes, good transitions. Tries to hit submissions and scrambles and all that. I was like, oh my goodness! Like he had to rear naked choke on Means. He was switching grips, trying to fight the hands and all that. I was like, oh my goodness, man!
I thought it was close too. I didn't like him going to his back to get it. You know what I'm saying? But because I thought
yeah. I mean, he's not freaking like 80s. Like I was joking with some of my friends, like he's 80cc Perry now. I mean, not 80cc, like he's not 80cc.
Mundale Perry, or something like that.
But no, man, he looks actively like trained good as a grappler. He looks like I mean, he probably still would get tapped by Cowboy, but like not as bad.
Yeah, or like
you know what I mean?
Apparently he's grappling with Jacare or someone. I don't know, someone he was training with.
No, I heard because in Florida when he was out there wild, and I heard he was grappling a lot with Jacare. So like, it looks like he puts a lot of stuff up off of it, which is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then on the feet, he just something happened. He was never great, but
yeah, he regressed into just like he did a few things well, which was lead to the body.
Yeah.
That he had always been doing that stuff, like little smart things like that, from what I can remember. But like, yeah, he just kind of like his stance is just like upright, like little pawing punches. So he doesn't do anything reasonable anymore. Not like his game never was like, oh my goodness, Mike Perry could be like like the most clean striker, but it was a really smart, potentially crafty, like power hitting game. Now it's just a power hitting game. It just hit you hard. You know what I mean? It's not really much. It's not really doing much on the feet anymore. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about fighting anymore. I'm just being Mr. Armchair psychologist here. But I think he's just like, screw it. I'm gonna fight.
Money. I need money. That's what I think he's.
Yeah.
Remember in the end when he beat Mickey Gall, he's like, I'm trying to wild out. I need money, and they're coming to me and telling me they're trying to take my money at the end of the year. Like, hello. Like that shit was so funny. But honestly, like. He's hella tough, man. Or I didn't even think. Remember what I told you? I was like, I think Mike Perry is so brain dead at this point that his peripheral nervous system registers these pain sensations and sends action potential or like impulses up to his brain, but his brain just cannot cannot compute, and so it just registers as like little little white flashes in his eyes.
Bro, you didn't have to do the sound, bro. Oh my goodness, man.
And so like he gets hit, and then there's like a bling, 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 and then he's like, all right, I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna keep coming. And he's like, I'm bleeding, whatever. Like I just don't think he understands that he's being hurt. Like I don't think his brain can. Process.
You didn't have to do the sound, bro. You didn't have to do the sound at all. But no,
I like the fight.
Tim.
It was annoying because like every time Tim Means, like he would hit Tim Means to the body, and you could see Tim go, like pull his hands down. You know what I'm saying? Like Tim Means was reacting to the body punches in a way that indicated they were working, but like Perry just couldn't get to them often enough. He's just charging you straight. You know what I'm saying? He made Means like give Means a heavy back to hit. But yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Now speaking of heavy back to hit, when Tim Means has a heavy back to hit, he looks really good. Yeah. I've always liked Tim Means.
Same.
I forgot who said it, and I've been saying it for the longest, man. I forgot who, but he's always been like great value Carlos Condit. But like technical great value Carlos Condit. And I've always loved Tim Means from the beginning. He's just always a good fun fighter. Just always nice to watch until he starts getting really, really old and starts getting hurt a lot more. Right now he has good fights with everybody that he fights with. I like Tim Means. Tim Means is good. He'll like he's just a good long, tall, like rangy fighter who does that really well. He's like I like Tim Means, man. He's a good fighter. I like him.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he's always gonna have the same problems. He's always had like like he isn't like the most defensively crafty, like with where his head is, in my opinion. Like you can always hit him. His head's always like if you get past his guards, it's just there. Like for example, what's the dude who just fought to a draw because of a point deduction with Cowboy?
Nico Price.
Yeah, Nico Price getting pieced up, but Means it was just tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? It was who went down first. But his body's always open to be punched. But Means is like a good all arounder.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Not that I think because you were talking about his body shots. And yes, Tim Means. I believe he had like a drug addiction beforehand. I believe so. Yes. Like I have no scientific data on this. I'm pretty sure there is something there. Like all the fighters that have had like real bad drug problems, like either done a lot of alcohol or smoked a lot or like meth or something. You know what I mean? When something happened to them, they all have like super weak bodies.
Interesting.
And like Tim Means is like one of them. Like Matt Brown, didn't he like
he almost died.
Like,
he was like
on meth. ODing on
some
meth or something like that.
He actually died in the operating table for like a minute or something crazy. Like
yeah, I know, man. Like goddamn, like that's crazy. But like Matt Brown, always body was weak as hell. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like Cowboy, he drinks a lot, and then like he had also like a lot of other problems that he has. Body weak as hell. Jared Gordon, I believe he had problems. His body was weak as hell. Court McGee, I remember his body being hurt. Like just a lot of guys that like had like drug problems or like something like that. Their body's always like really weak.
I have no idea if there's a correlation between those two things, but
again, like I said, I could be wrong. I have
no idea.
But I've seen the correlation myself, so I have to speak upon it.
Neither of us are doctors, so it.
I know, right.
So let's we can go on to the next one.
We'll skip to Kagan and Calvillo.
We're not talking about that shit.
Yeah. And now we're going to Paul Craig and real quick. Again, you know what? Since we had ourselves a nice little Anderson Silva tribute, I want to give myself a little tribute to Shogun, even though he's not retiring. I hope he does. Like, I mean, watching Shogun in his prime back in Pride.
That's awesome.
Freaking awesome, dude.
It was, yeah.
It's freaking cool, man. It was just like here kill people. It would just destroy people, man. Like, you guys know how you guys feel about Figueiredo now. That's how we felt about Shogun back then. You know what I mean? Shogun would just annihilate people. Like his 2005 year was like one of the best years in MMA history. Mm-hmm. Like he was like her just destroying people, killing them, dead. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Stomping their faces in. Like these poor like little Japanese guys.
Yeah, just
which is unfortunate. like his knock. I forgot which one. Both of them were good, but his knockouts over Overeem were like freaking cool,
Right, he
man.
did that.
Like,
Oh man, I forgot. That was
I,
so long ago. They were in the
I,
same weight
I,
class.
I,
Holy fuck.
I think it was a second Overeem knockout, I believe. Man, freaking awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Shogun, man, just Violent King. You know what I mean? Just man, just destroying
People
people.
don't know
Like,
today. You know what I'm saying? Because he's this washed guy who
mm-hmm,
lost to John Jones. But you have
mm-hmm.
to, if you're a new fan like I, may have to go back.
No, yes, man. Like his Pride run, it wasn't long, dude. He was only in Pride for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
like less than that, to be honest with you. Like almost, basically 3, to be honest with you, man. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in Pride very long at all. But them 3 years, man, was out here destroying people, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he only had 2 decisions in his Pride run.
Against
2 decisions. That's it. Kazuhiro Nakamura. I heard that name before. I have no idea who it is.
Nakamura, right? I know who that is. Yeah.
And then Lonog.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, destroying people, man.
Mm.
Or and like Shogun, man, back in the day, man, was a good guy to watch. My guy.
Hella exciting. I remember him like flying up
Mm-hmm.
into the air. Didn't he like kick fucking Dan Henderson in the face while he was like head pinned against the ropes or something over and over? I just like I
No,
had
that was Rampage. He destroyed Rampage.
He fought. Oh, those 2 fights at Henderson were in the UFC. Those were crazy. But
Yeah, they're in the UFC. Yeah.
But no, I do remember like I haven't been. I was an MMA fan during the Pride era, obviously. But I went back and watched a lot of his fights just like on UFC Fight Pass, and they're super exciting. He was always like hella violent and just like waded into the fire. You know what I mean? Something changed when he got to the UFC. Like it just wasn't.
Oh no, he had a lot of injuries too. I know he had knee surgeries and all that.
Okay.
Like he had some real bad like knee surgeries and whatnot from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then also he was never, I don't think he was ever the most disciplined guy.
Oh,
so he was a mainly athleticism fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time he fought, like he looked like, if you watch his Forrest Griffin fight, he looks freaking horrific. And then obviously against John Jones, he looks freaking horrific. Like,
I feel like
and
Jones
by then he was
always
already out of
gonna
his
win
prime.
that fight, yeah.
John Jones was gonna win that fight. But by the time he fought, like his UFC run was really his early UFC when he won the title was really like kind of like it was him not in his prime anymore, because he had lost to Forrest Griffin, then he beat up a super old Mark Coleman, then he beat up a super old Chuck Liddell,
and he almost lost that fight against Mark Coleman. Didn't Mark Coleman like gas out or something? Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Yes. And then he lost to Machida the first time, then he beat Machida the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But those are two, like, Machida was a good matchup for him, and he actually looked like prepared for those two. I don't know, he looked prepared for those. And then he got annihilated by John Jones, and like, you know, from then he was okay a little bit, then got washed and just all that stuff. But yeah, man, like Shogun, I think his prime ended really early. So like by the time, like, yeah, because he was an athleticism fighter, man. Like he was a fighter that like relied on his like power, speed, aggressiveness, chin. So once that started to go away, his work ethic like started to slip a little bit. Again, I don't know. He probably could have been working hard. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he just looked out of shape. He looked out of shape in a lot of fights. He just looked out of, like, not his normal self. Kind of like he did this fight.
Well, I didn't watch it. I don't. It's light heavyweight. No, I don't have the same affection for Shogun that you do.
No, yeah, he like Paul Craig just took him down a lot, and basically when he got his back, made him tap the strikes, which says a lot. Cause Shogun back in the day, you know, like that's the thing, like with old guys, you know, like Shogun back in the day, he tapped the strikes against John Jones, but he was just a crazy man, like no quit in him, tough as it can come. But now I'm pretty sure he's like, man, hell no, man, screw this. I got my back taken. I'll be out.
And time catches up with you. You know what I'm saying? There's no man alive.
And that's fine.
Like,
yeah, that's fine. You know, like don't take, like, he got a nice, beautiful little family with him. Like,
you don't need to fuck around with that. Yeah, and he should retire. Speaking of retirement, Anderson Silva says he still believes. Like, this is the thing when you mention, and I think this is a drastic oversimplification. You know, you say, well, the reason why fighters don't let go is because they have that fighter mentality where they believe in themselves and they think they can do anything. It's very hard for me to relate to that because, like, do fighters really not know at what point they're kidding themselves? Like, does Chuck Liddell? It's just weird. It's weird. Anderson Silva says he still believes in his heart he can compete with the elite of MMA. He made a post recently saying, not Dana White, the UFC, or my retirement was, they attempted to force my retirement, right? But I'm still going to compete, and I still believe in my heart I can compete at the elite level or like with the best guys in MMA. And
no, trust me, man. Like you know, Armand, I myself am a fellow delusional Fellow delusional fighter too.
But you're a
like, trust me, no,
young up and comer. These are 45-year-olds who there's evidence. There's evidence. He's been knocked clean out by Uriah Hall, who is never gonna come close to a title. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's not.
But no, again, I agree with you. Trust me, no, I agree with your sentiment. But no, they legitimately do believe, man. Like Diego Sanchez, like.
But he's mentally ill. There's something wrong with Diego Sanchez. Like you can tell. You know what I'm saying? Listen to him talk. He can't form a coherent, like a cogent sentence anymore.
Maybe not somebody else.
Chuck Liddell, who came back at 50, whatever he was. Chuck Liddell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, yeah, they really do believe that they can still continue to fight at an elite level, man.
Chuck Liddell.
That's when they step in there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a shame to watch. Cowboy.
Yeah, there's no reason for me at all to believe that Anderson should I don't know why his people should have told him you shouldn't be fighting Uriah Hall. That guy's young and athletic and hurt you. But I'm pretty sure he didn't. He was I'm fine. I'll style Uriah Hall how I normally do everybody else. Or I used to. But But
does he look at his fight footage and realize he was slow? I think maybe what happened goes, okay, I can improve this. I just have to, you know what I'm saying? You see the mistake and oh, I recognize my mistake. I was slow. Well, I'm gonna work more on this thing. Or I don't know. It's just it's the saddest thing to see. And Shogun should retire, and so should Anderson. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I didn't watch that fight, so I'm glad you got your little homage to Shogun and if you want, we can just move on to the next thing. I think we're down to prelims at this point, right? Or prelims that we haven't talked about.
No, yeah, we have nothing else to say. Nothing really else to say other than Buckley. Yeah, Buckley. Yeah, I guess
I'll make some. I did. I watched most of it. I'll make some comments on Buckley. I like him. He's got lots of promise. He's a prospect.
No, he doesn't.
But I've heard some hideous takes on him from the hardcore MMA fan group on Facebook, which I'm not insulting anyone there.
Facebook. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, okay. So MMA Twitter is not the best.
MMA Facebook,
but it is elite. Okay, so MMA Facebook is here, MMA Instagram is here, and MMA Twitter is right here. And MMA Twitter, it is. I can't stress enough.
The reason why, yeah, go for it.
You go ahead. I can't speak the words out. It's just so.
The reason why
good.
No, because oftentimes Twitter, one of the theories is that Twitter is so toxic because it rewards impulsivity, and it does. But sometimes people.
All social media does, but especially Twitter does. Twitter does
because of the character limitation. You can just quickly tweet, and everyone can see. Right, and it's mechanized to encourage very, very quick interaction with the public. But not all stupidity, and not all shallow, dumb opinions stems from impulsivity. A lot of it is just someone is dumb and confident in their beliefs for a litany of reasons, and there's no character limit in Facebook. And people have plenty of time for whatever reason. So they can just really articulate how bad their ideas are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not dogging on the hardcore MMA group. Those guys are all you'll never hear them say Habib afraid of Conor, that's why he retired. You know what I'm saying? They'll never say that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? They're not those types of people. But I'm just talking about Facebook, MMA Facebook. It's actually the worst. I left every group except the hardcore MMA group because they're good people. But I gotta say, someone, the guy who runs it, I forgot, Jeremy Harding, something like that. You'll probably see this because I'll post this in that group. I wildly disagree that Buckley is currently a problem. It's in the same way that Chimaev isn't yet a problem. You know what I'm saying? The same way that Arman Tsarukyan isn't yet a problem. They're prospects, and Buckley has lots of promise. You can see he hits hard, he's very game, but there's a lot of things Buckley needs to do. Against a no-name guy who looked like they threw at him just so he could get another knockout in this fight, he got countered a lot. He was getting caught with shots that come from the ground up with knees and uppercuts, especially because he's short for the division. That guy was taller than him. He leaves himself exposed, and he basically will reliably explode in a straight line anytime he wants to attack someone. He would be really, really well served by tightening up his defensive competence, by tightening up his boxing, so throwing straighter shots, incorporating more kicks, especially as he rushes in and guys kind of circle off. He finishes combinations with kicks to kick the trailing leg. Against our boy from Dallas, what's his name? Why can't I remember his name?
Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Kevin Holland was gliding backwards with so a long lanky guy, and Buckley swinging these wild hooks. Buckley knows how to kick. If he had finished any of those things with kicks, those flurries with kicks as Holland's bouncing backwards, it would have served him a lot better. So. And after he tightens up his defensive competence and straightens out some of his boxing, he can work in that wild aggression. It's similar to how Dustin Poirier started doing that. You know what I'm saying? He damages people off these lunging, shifting hooks, but it works because he's so hard to hit, because his hit, because Max Holloway goes to jab him and he hits his elbow instead of clocking him on the head. That stuff is going to come with time. That stuff is going to come with being slow cooked, with being slowly moved up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Like he lost to Kevin Holland. And Kevin Holland's a good fighter, but Kevin Holland's not in the elite yet. He's not in the elite of the elite yet. People say, well, it was a short notice fight. It was a short notice fight. But between that fight and the two he's had, he did basically the same thing. You know what I mean?
And then also, these other fights have been super quick turnarounds, man. Like, because I remember the Kevin Holland fight felt like yesterday. Like, the Kevin Holland fight was in August. Yeah, it was in August. So in the fight beforehand with Impa, with the back kick, it was in October. Like a month ago, and then the fight, and then he just had this fight right here. So he just had like 4 weeks or 5 weeks of training. You know what I mean? Training camp just about.
Yeah. And he's great. He's a good fighter. He's very, and he's got so many gifts and talent. But it's like I would like to see him make a lot of improvements over time before I think I see him as a contender. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want the UFC to push him too hard. So that it's just because people get so excited when they see the jump spinning thing. Yeah, but would he pull that off against like? Who's a top guy at 185? Would he pull it off against a Whitaker or a Darren Till or even a Kelvin Gastelum, or you know what I'm saying? Someone who could, like, even a Chris Weidman who sucks at this, not sucks, but, he's old and washed this one, but he would take him down. He would weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? A Marvin Vitor, guys with experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. It takes time, so people need to really relax about jumping on bandwagons or like hype trains. Because you're doing your fighter a disservice by encouraging the UFC.
No, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Like, I'm like, I'm like I'm on nose. I'm like Mr. Big proponent. Like, man, slow your roll down with your prospects, because like, again, the wildest of MMA prospects can't just come in there off the rip and catch big dubs against elite people. Yeah. Like John Jones as an elite prospect took a little bit of time. Man, he was still wildly quick. But like, he still had to grow as a fighter and all that. GSP, obviously, insane talent for MMA. Took some time. Jose Aldo, insane talent. Took some time. DJ took him a good bit of time. You know what I mean? Took him a good bit of time to become who he was. Khabib, like all the elite fighters, man. Like, I always say, if you look at like freaking Fedor when he first fight, you're like, oh my gosh, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? You look at Fedor, like, oh my goodness, but then you see him in his prime, like, man, this guy is good. You know what I mean? You can see the prototype pieces of everybody, like when you look at their old fights, and when they start to like become the actual elite top tier talents that they are, you can see that progression. You know what I mean? It takes time for progression. Yeah. You'll see like Jose Aldo being really reckless in his early career, and you can see like little glimpses of like offensive, not little. You can see a lot of glimpses of, like, his offensive like destructiveness, and then you'll be like, okay, I can see like how his game can flow from here. And then he grows like some real clean boxing. Like, oh snap, that's nice. Yeah. And you're like, oh man, he becomes really defensively good. Oh man, his takedown defense is already good. Man, now he can move his head. Oh my goodness, this is terrifying. You see GSP really like stiff as a striker in a way, but still great reactive takedowns. A great natural grappler. You're like, okay, I can see the pieces here. Even if you like put him in a space, he's weird. But then now, as he grows, you're like, oh, this guy can just actually strike. He can control range perfectly with his jab. He can enter his takedowns beautifully. You know what I mean? So like, with these prospects, man, you have to give them time, man. Does not happen overnight. Like, yeah. Yes, man, you have to give them time, man. And even the crazy ones, right? Like, even the crazy ones still need time. Like John Jones, he came in the game so quickly. It took him 3 years to become a champion, which is insane. But that's still 3 years of development, man.
But even
like, if you look at John Jones' first, yes, exactly. Like, if you look at John Jones' first UFC fight, you're like,
against Guzmao, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my goodness, man. Like,
he basically won because he could wrestle.
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, oh wow, this is a little wild. You know what I mean? And then even his fight against Stephan Bonner, he looked really cool. But then like he also looked at there's points where he looked kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? Needs some, like that. Like these guys need time to develop.
How hard is this to take Adesanya down now? Pretty damn hard to get to him. But in his debut, the first fight,
exactly,
repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure.
You went from exactly. You went from your Adesanya having a hard time defending takedowns. I forgot the guy who he fought. But no, he get taken down by that guy he fought in his debut. To like now can like defend against Derek Brunson really well. Can like at least survive against Yoel Romero when he take up. You know what I mean? Get up as soon as you're.
It's like that. It's like it's hard to even get into that range with him at this point.
Exactly. Because Adesanya will like burst through distance really hard. And like getting taken down, or not even defend shots, like not even be able to like control his range good enough to like defend the shots on the entries. it takes time to develop. And this is a guy who has already developed elitely as a striker. As a striker. So now he has to develop that for the MMA sense.
Yeah.
Get his feeling for that. You know what I mean?
It takes time. It took time.
Like, again,
even the best guys. Yeah.
Yes, and again, Adesanya developed insanely quickly. You know what I mean? Ridiculously quick. But it takes time. You know what I mean? Like I think Buckley, again, I like it. I like what I see. Just off the rip, I like what I see. You know what I mean? Just at a baseline, like looks good. Hope to see some more improvements. Hope to see some more knockouts in the future.
Agreed. Is there anything else really on this card? I don't think so. All right, guys, we're signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. Please give us a share. We're trying really hard to be way more consistent. I hope you guys have noticed. And we're trying to reach 1,000. Excuse me, that'd be great. 100 subscribers by.
You're trying to get a million. What you talking about? We're trying to get a million right here, man.
Of course, but not yet. By the end of 2020, we want to be at 100.
10 mil.
Okay, 10
100 mil.
Yeah.
A bill.
I don't think there's anyone with that many subscribers.
We trying to break all the YouTube records, baby.
We'll get there. But like you said, these prospects need time to slow cook and build. So
we need time to write exactly.
Yeah.
Like I gotta record on my darn headphones.
Yeah. We gotta get you a mic before.
I know, right?
Yeah. Thank you guys for.
You're right.
Yeah, we'll baby steps. Let's come on.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate the fighting mentality, but right now we're 44 subscribers, baby. Okay, but we love you all 44 of you guys. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.
See y'all.